My name is Maria Tapia, and I wrote some poems about educational theory and practice. Taking the class of individuals, enabling them each on a personal scale, accepting their different learning styles, coaching them up when they experience failure, helping them learn that they can be self-sufficient, inspiring them to overcome challenges, never giving up on a student, growing productive members of society, showing them hard work yields results, that going to class won't be boring or a chore, understanding that not everyone has the same needs. Don't take the choice away from students, ensuring that school is safe, nurturing open minds and creativity, taking the class of individuals, seeing them take what they've learned. The next two are about educational philosophies that I believe in and I think are important for a teacher to use in their classroom. Every day we are told to sit and listen, expected to learn what they say. Instead, we stop listening. Some stop coming. They expect us to listen when they won't even hear us. Education means an enlightened experience, not sitting and being force-fed information, to then mime back at them. Instead, shouldn't students be given choices, avenues to explore and set their own goals? Learn to be independent and explore. Isn't it better to teach excited students than make them sit in silence? Shouldn't teachers guide instead of leading? Maybe they wouldn't have stopped coming. I wrote this about existentialism as a teaching philosophy, where students get to make their own choices and decide, and teachers guide what they're thinking. And I think this is important since I know from at least my learning experience, that my teachers in middle school weren't that supportive, and it was mostly just sitting. And I know a lot of my friends in middle school dropped out of school, probably for this reason. And as an educator, I want to make an environment where students want to come back and where they like learning and they feel like they have a voice and their opinion is valid. Which is why part of my teaching philosophy is also progressivism, which is what the next poem is about. Peek inside of a person's head. Rarely will you see the same thing. Orange, ostrich, orchids, omelet, Oscar's origin. Good teachers recognize these differences and variety. Rarely do students get their interests explored, even if their interests are lost and attention fleeting. So first, I'll learn to teach to gain their attention, starting by respecting and using their interests. I'll learn so that I can teach. Vectors, violin, velocity, violets, voltage, vintage. Isn't teaching better when students wish to learn? Students are people, so you'll rarely see the same thing. Make school about the students' interests and needs. Progressivism is another part of my teaching philosophy, which means that the teacher put the student's need first, which is also, I think, very important in order to foster an environment where students are willing to learn and teachers can teach them the skills that they need and are necessary, which is also something that was lacking in my early education, where my teachers didn't pay attention to my needs or the needs of my classmates. And because of this reason, I don't really think I had an education or learned until high school. And I think that was an awful lot of school to waste. And I don't want this to happen to any students that I get the opportunity to teach. And because of this, I think it's important to put the needs of students first and to give them opportunities to be creative and explore things that they find interesting, and maybe teach them things that they don't think they'll find interesting, but that they still should have an opportunity to explore all aspects of their interests and their peers' interests so that they can gain a broader perspective, which is what I think education is all about, is gaining new perspectives.